Now I'm just playing, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brandon Ingram back here with your seventh newest Ingram Wrestling News video this evening. So I got news on Lance Storm calling to end intergender wrestling after speaking out movement. Now, I want y'all to learn some interesting facts about this. So I just want to say my sources Ringside News, they put this out 12 hours ago, and it was written by Felix Upton, one of the other Ringside News writers. Might be the second newest. I think he might be one of the, yeah, he is one of the Ringside News writers. Okay, so, and it reads that the speaking out movement sought to create a safe space in pro wrestling. Plenty of people were called out for their past transgressions and some lost jobs in their industry. Lance Storm thinks that the hashtag Speak Out movement should also put an end to intergender wrestling. Storm was quite serious when he tweeted out his opinion on the matter. He stated that intergender matches have to stop. This is especially in light of the hashtag Speaking Out movement. There are simply too much stories about women being uncomfortable, but feeling obligated to wrestle men because intergender wrestling has been so widely accepted. Lance Storm says that, Ethan Page gave his opinion on the matter. He believes that putting a stop to intergender wrestling would actually put wrestling back a few steps. So, I'm going to read Lance Storm's opinion first. So Lance Storm says, I see some discussion in intergender wrestling matches again. In light of hashtag Speak Out movement, I think these matches have to stop. I've heard from so many women who were uncomfortable doing these, but felt obligated to get booked because these matches were accepted norms. That's what Lance Storm said. This is Ethan Page's opinion. This is what he said. He says, and I quote, I don't know if I could say I'm not working wrestle X cause he sucks. These women can also say I don't enjoy intergender wrestling. Not to start a large debate. That's what he says. And then he says, banishing all intergender just seems like a step in the wrong direction. During intergender, right is the proper step, I think. So that's what Ethan Page said. So fans have also joined this conversation as they debate the need for intergender wrestling. It seems that everyone has their own opinion on this matter. The idea of intergender wrestling was controversial already. WWE won't touch the concept, even though they teased it with feuds such as Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax. The company never pulled the trigger on such an idea. Former Impact Wrestling champion Tessa Blanchard is a huge advocate of intergender wrestling as well. Without that kind of match idea, she would have never held the Impact Wrestling World title. So we'll have to see if the idea of intergender wrestling does become less prevalent in the months to come. The indie wrestling scene is opening up once again, so plenty of cards are set to be booked across the country once again. Hurricane Helms saw the backlash that Storm received, and he replied, Lance Storm makes statements about intergender wrestling out of concern for women, and is immediately criticized. Wrestling Twitter apparently will always be trash. So that's what Hurricane Helms says. So that's going to do it, folks. Be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. I will have the link in the description below so you can all have a look at this news. I think you all should have a look at this by yourselves. I think you should have a look at this for yourselves. You really should. This is interesting. Of what I just read to y'all was interesting. So, hit that like, subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. And I will see you on the next video, folks.